guys, it's time for some more free art. I hope that you gathered some stuff and put it in your art cycling box. By the way, even my box is recycled because you're going to need some of this stuff to make the art today. We're going to do some printmaking today. Now, printmaking is a way of making art where you press something with ink on it against a piece of paper. Lots of different ways to make prints, and we're going to do one that's easy and fun and doesn't cost any money. So, triple bonus. So what you're going to need today is you're going to need some paper. You might even want to use some of your old envelopes or use backsides of some other paper just for practice. You're going to need markers, just any old regular markers, not Sharpies, just regular markers. You're going to need a paper towel that you get wet. I folded this one up, put it under the sink, and then squeezed it. You don't want it drippy. You want it wet but not drippy. A little bowl to keep it in, just so your table doesn't get all wet. You'll want one more piece of paper towel. That's just for cleaning tools off. And of course, you'll need the stuff from your art cycling box. Now, printmaking can be a little messy, so I have covered my table, and you might want to cover yours too. So why don't you gather all your supplies, paper, wet paper towels, markers, your art cycling supplies, and a little extra paper towel. And we'll meet back here in a minute. I'll wait. Okay, you got everything you need? Great, let's have some fun. So remember I said printmaking was when you pressed something with ink on it against a piece of paper. It's different from drawing or painting because when you draw or you paint, you pull across the paper. But when you're doing printmaking, it's straight down and straight up, no moving back and forth. Otherwise, you'll just make a mess. We don't want to make a mess, we want to make some prints. Now, if you want to practice on an old envelope, used piece of paper first, that's not a bad idea. First, we need something from our art cycling box. Any old thing that's got a flat edge to it. So I have a soda can here, and the top has got this flat edge. I could also use the bottom. And we're going to take a marker and draw just on that edge. Now I'm going to use the side edge of the marker to draw with, not the pointy end, because it's easier to use the side. And I'm just going to draw right on that soda can. Now we can do this because, well, these things are our art tools now, remember? Nobody's going to drink out of this soda can. So I can draw on it anywhere I want. But the only place that's going to make a print is that very, very edge. So I've drawn on the edge. Now, the next thing I want to do is take that wet paper towel, and I'm just going to rub it across my paper. Just make my paper a little damp. Doesn't need to be soppy. When I'm done, I'm going to put that back in the bowl. And I'm going to take my soda can and press down. Ta-da! Can I do it again? I don't know. Let's try. Yeah, I got two. Should we try it one more time? Why not? Getting kind of light. See if we get our paper a little damper. Maybe we can get one more. Yeah, I made 4 prints. That's pretty fun. Now, I think I'm done with this soda can, so I'm going to take this paper towel over here, and I'm just going to rub it on there, get any extra marker off it before I put it back in my art cycling box. Well, soda can, we use the top, we can use the bottom, but there are so many other things we can make prints with. Oh, like a bottle cap. We can use the top. I think I'll use a different marker, so I want to be sure and snap that on tight so it doesn't dry out. I can draw on this edge, and I might get some on my hands. You know, that happens when you're an artist. We just wash our hands when we're done. Let's see how that worked. Now my paper is going to dry up, so I got to get it damp again. I'm going to put some more water on there. Let's see. Ta-da! Gosh, I love making prints. It's just like a surprise every time. And they're not going to be perfect. See, that circle has some little spots on it? That's okay. Printmaking, ooh, sometimes things fly. Printmaking doesn't have to be perfect. There's another one. I'm going to try the other side. Ooh, I got a big flat side here, so I'm going to color all over. You only want to do the flat part because you're pressing down. So I got it all nice, and now I'm going to make sure my paper is nice and damp. And are you ready? Ooh, that did something really cool. Didn't make the whole circle, just part of it. I'm going to try again. Make sure my paper is damp, and ooh, see, now the cap isn't completely flat, so you have a dark circle in the middle. That's the part that's stuck up the most, and then a little bit around the edge. I think I'm done with this guy, so I'm going to clean him off over here and put him away. You can use all kinds of things. I hope you collected some cool things, like maybe Legos. Legos are great for printmaking. Every side of the Lego is good for printmaking. Let me show you. What color should I use? How about green? I like green. So, of course, we can do the dots. So I can just put some ink. You know, there's ink in a marker. When you print with ink. I'm going to put some on each one of these dots. Make sure my paper is damp. Let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, I got some nice dots. Clean that side off because I'm going to use the side. See how that works. I'm using the side of my marker and the side of my Lego. Let's see. Oop, is my paper damp? I don't know. Ooh, that's a cool shape. Clean it off. I can even use the back. Sure, why not? Legos have all different sides and they're all cool. Here we go. There's a nice square. I can even use the end. Boy, my tools are in a hurry to get making art today. They're just flying all over. I can even use the end to make a little rectangle. So look at that. The one tool, the Lego, made 1, 2, 3, 4 different shapes. Legos are awesome. Oh, I found another toy. Do you remember this? This is so cool. Okay, I think I need a new color of marker. Make sure my cap goes on. Snap. You always want to hear that snap. That means it's really, really closed. Okay, this is going to be tough to do without getting it all over my fingers. Of course, I already have it all over my fingers, but that's okay. So, I'm going to use the side edge of my marker and draw all over one edge of this really, really cool toy, whatever this toy is. Here we go. You ready? Straight down. Don't wiggle it back and forth. Just straight down, straight up. Oh, look at that shape. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. Now, what's really fun is if you take a shape like that and then you use it in different ways or make a new shape out of putting together some shapes. So I could do this. Now I'm on my way to a square. How fun is that? When you put shapes together and you make new shapes that are even more interesting. Let's see. I can add to this. Ooh. Maybe one more. Ooh. Oh, look at that cool shape I made. I wonder what kind of shapes you can make by putting together other shapes. Lots of fun things you can use. A fork? Something on the back of the fork? Oh, I wonder what that will do. Oh, there's some nice skinny lines. Awesome. Even, this little Barbie boot. The Barbie boot. I'm going to put some ink on the bottom of that boot and make a print. So, you can try all kinds of things. Remember, you want the flat edge that's going to be sticking up the most to make some prints. I did a few before. Let's see what we got over here. Here's some things I made. Look, I made footprints with my Barbie shoe, but the Barbie shoe can also make a flower. So you can do all kinds of fun things. You can make a picture, you can make repeating patterns like I did, or you can just print away and see what kind of cool things you come up with. Give it a try. I think it's fun, and I would love to see what you make. Have a great time making some free art. See you soon.